So let's take a listen through Alex's solo into Nuno again here.
I like to call Nuno the GOAT. That's just me. This solo around here. That's why I love Nuno Bettencourt. Yeah. That right-hand palm with those, it's totally like soaring, and then all of a sudden it's just boom, and just blisters through your soul. And it's funny because we did an interview with our friend Amit from Guitar World, and he writes for a lot of people. He's just a great dude. And the first thing he asked me, and I apologize for my bad accent, Amit, how did you get Nuno to play with such chromaticism? And the first thing I said to him was, what the fuck is chromaticism? And I realized he's referring to Nuno's anger. And I'll tell you that one of the things that I've been told when...
I think he's referring to the chromatic notes in his solo, but...
Right, anger. And I tell people, and this is true, one of the things that almost everyone who's worked on Lost Symphony, and there's been a lot of them, has said is that I bring up the full range of emotions. So Nuno and I are a lot alike. So I can tell you when he was recording this, it was a lot in defiance. And I thank you, sir, because I'll tell you that his passion... And I don't know if it was anger or whatever he was trying to put through it. It comes through in these notes. He's so meaningful in this. And I gotta tell you, the first thing that Nuno said to me, I called him as soon as I heard this. And I want you to know that when I heard Nuno's tracks for this, I cried. Because it's for Ollie. But it's also like, as Extreme fans, it was like, did I just listen to my favorite guitarist play my new favorite solo? And he picks up his phone first ring. And goes, am I fired? And I cried a lot and said, no, not that we ever hired him, but you're not fired, Nuno, we love you.
Yeah, I can hear the run here. Soloed.
Dude, solo it. So that right-hand palm muting thing.
Banana Land.
It's just, the thing that's cool is that he mutes some stuff, but then he like accents other stuff, and it's so fast, you just play more stuff. I don't even know how to explain it. Marty being Marty, we came up with a catchphrase called That's So Marty. What more do I need to say than That's So Marty Friedman? If you've ever listened to him, this is it. This is what he sounds like. Okay, can we talk about that? Because probably my favorite guitarist growing up was Brian May. And I don't know if Marty will be mad if I compare him to Brian May, but I don't care because Brian May is like the greatest, so Marty...
It's a very Brian May.
It's a very Brian May thing because it's got like this Evo with these crazy harmonies. And when he sent it to us, I'm like, is this for Andrew Lloyd Webber or for Lost Symphony? But I fucking love it. Like, I couldn't believe how incredible... Marty has this way of just building soundscapes with his playing, and this is just a perfect example of like Marty at, in my opinion, his absolute best, doing the ebow, doing all the harmonies, building these beautiful stacked chords with his crazy playing.
Yeah, we can solos just what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like literally Marty goes to Broadway. So this next part is probably one of the coolest things that we were able to achieve with Lost Symphony, because one of the first things Marty Friedman said to us was, do not put anyone's notes over mine. And as you can hear, he goes, if I want a harmony, I'll put it, just like he did. And there was maybe in our 7,842 email correspondences. And just so you know, Marty's very proper. He's like a dignitary, the most polite human being. But he's like, please don't do that.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, when we disagreed about something very nice, we call it discourse, he was like, at the end of the day, Ben, it's your music and you do what you want. Don't let anybody tell you what to do, not even me. So Nuno just decided, hey, I'm going to play over Marty. Even though I told him not to, Nuno doesn't listen. You can't make him listen. And he actually had a very good response to it. Don't send me a Boston, like Tom Schultze sounding harmony, and then expect the Boston boy not to serve you back. And it wouldn't work if Nuno wasn't capable of mimicking Marty exactly, but he did. And he played these beautiful harmonies, so then when we called him Alex, I said, what if you had Alex Skolnick, Marty, and Nuno all playing together? And we did it. And I know somewhere Marty's angry, but I actually wrote him a letter. I wrote him the longest letter I think I've ever written him. I'm so sorry. I just want to let you know how this came together. And he was just like, that was the most amusing thing I've ever read. Like, play on. So I think I subsided his anger when he heard the song.
So we'll listen through this section here. Another note is that the drums aren't from this song. This whole section came about later on after we had tracked most of Take Another Piece. So I think, Ben, you went through like your computer, found a song in the same tempo, and just sent me all these drums at
from
this
Paul.
tempo. Paul did
drummer.
record them, but for a different song in a different decade. I don't know, year. I don't know when it happened, but so then I sorted through, 4 or 5 minutes of this song to find stuff that kind of fit in here, and I hope no one noticed.
Well, it's one of those things too where Paul and I always judge people by the music they don't release. We probably have like 17 box sets worth of music. So like when, Cory's like, I need drums at, 140 or whatever. I'm like, I have 70 songs with Paul. And he does great fill. Like, so this is really Paul's playing.
Yep.
What Cory's done is just produce like, how can I make this fit with these 7,000 things to choose from? So it's not like we didn't have great drums. It was just a matter of him figuring out where they are. And
it's Paul playing with Paul, but just taking it from a completely different idea, which probably gave the track a cooler feel, to be honest, because it's very from left field coming up. You never know.
Do you call that cliff rock? Because it feels like it's like, again, like it's supposed to be for Broadway, like it's like the climax of the Phantom of the Opera. But every time I listen to it, I just want to be like, because it's so, again, like in the words of Bill and Ted, triumphant. Like this is the Bill and Ted song for us. Like we have Marty Friedman, Alex Skolnick, and Nuno all doing harmonies. And what you have to understand is that, and if you might want to solo these guys,
that's what we're going to do.
They each have such a unique feel. So when Nuno first played over Marty, we soloed it because we were like, he locked right in. And you have to understand, Marty bends at weird times, and he does all kinds of stuff. He doesn't even play sometimes to a metronome. So like he's got such good feel, like to mimic that and then build a harmony. And then Alex came in and he's like, well, what do I do? And he did it.
Yeah. So this is the three of them throughout this part. Alex comes in about halfway through, I think.
So this is Nuno and Marty right here. How dare you?
We have Alex kind of like a little lower. I'm gonna bring him up just to hear a little stronger here.
And the thing is, you'll hear in this next section, it like builds up so much, but then it drops off. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is the dynamics.
So tasteful.
Bananas.